Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I will be doing my spoiler-filled episode review for the latest episode of the spin-off AMC's Fear the Walking Dead. Just got done watching it a few minutes ago. Got a lot to talk about as usual, and also as usual, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled episode review video, so if you're not caught up on Fear the Walking Dead by this episode or the previous following episodes, do not keep watching or listening, as I will be going into spoilers. So, you have been warned. That being said, let's jump right into it. I'm going to be honest with you. I was a little bored with this episode. I mean, things were happening, and there were a few highlights, a few cool moments here or there. But overall, I felt like this episode just kind of lagged almost. I mean, there just wasn't a whole lot happening. It was like, okay, I get it. They're repairing the plane, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to get everybody back home. And now that everybody's back together as a united group with the Finding Al and all the kids being on board, it's like, okay, I get it. But what else is there to do, or what other story could you tell? I mean, they did do a good job, once again, with characters using their own personal trauma and pain in relating to others. Like, I love how June told Al, you were there for me once when I wanted to say something off the record. I want to let you know that door swings both ways. You can tell me anything and I will say anything. Or how Alicia was relating to Annie when she was talking about the pain of losing her parents. Which, by the way, I was glad we got some closure on that, because I wasn't entirely positive that the walkers at that summer camp, were the family members of all those kids. And now we got confirmation of it. I mean, this show does do a good job of answering questions, so I will give this episode that credit. Honestly, the part I liked the most were the Dwight and John scenes, simply because of how much they have in common with finding their lost loved ones, and just how much they have in common as people in general. And the thing I liked the most, as sad and as tragic as it was, is that John gave him this great speech, this inspiring speech about how when he first encountered other people is when signs and clues to finding June really started to fall into place and were starting to work out. Things started to work out for him when he eventually found her. And he gives Dwight all this hope. And then he does indeed find a letter or a piece of evidence proving Sherry was there. And then he reads the letter, and she does not want him to keep looking for her, because she doesn't want him to die looking for her. And you can tell as he's reading the letter, he's just so devastated. And there's this beautiful scene where Dwight excitedly exits the house, and he's like, well, I didn't find any letters in there, but I found some food and supplies. And basically he's like, hey, things are starting to work out for me. This is great. And John's kind of standing there like, uh-huh. Yeah. He's like, did you find anything? No. And I'm like, oh no. And you can tell how crushed John is, because he knows how much this is going to crush Dwight. And, I think he thinks he's sparing him pain by not telling him. But, with a show like this, the truth is eventually going to come out. And I fear that the damage to their relationship might be irreparable from this, because Dwight might be furious that John withheld a letter from his wife, even though it would prove to be a painful one for Dwight, at least. So, as tragic and as hard it was to watch that scene, I really loved that scene where Dwight is, like, for the first time in a while, upbeat and excited and hopeful about finding clues to Sherry's whereabouts, and John is quietly just, yeah, totally, yeah. And he knows the full truth, of course. And that was sad, but it was beautifully done. I thought it was a beautiful moment between both characters. And again, I liked the scenes where characters were using personal trauma to relate to other characters. I really liked that a lot. I loved the hot air balloon scene. I thought to myself, well, what the hell are they on? Are they on a sailboat and they found a propeller that way? It's like, what is this? Oh, look at that. That's cool. And once again, Jim has saved the day. Now the challenge will be those two, Strand and Charlie, getting to the rest of the group and getting that propeller blade on the plane. So hopefully they can do that. I was also surprised at how the episode ended. Like, when the credits started to roll, I was like, oh, that's it? I thought there was going to be more to this episode. I guess it felt kind of short to me as well for some reason. So not my favorite episode, but it did have some highlights for me. And I am looking forward to the next one, as I hope you guys are as well. So what did you think of tonight's episode? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you expecting more, expecting less? I want to hear your thoughts and in your opinions down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Fear the Walking Dead airs new episodes every Sunday night on AMC. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.